Hello, my friend. Is it just me that wakes up at 3 in the morning almost every night? Is it just me? Well, actually, I know it's not because you know me, I'm going to research and I'm going to find out what is this all about. So, if you're like me and you're tired, but you're so wired, like you go to bed and you go to sleep really well, not a problem sleeping, but then all of a sudden, somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning, you just wake up and you're just wired and you just can't get back to sleep. If that's you, listen in because, this is something that happens around 40 or later. Didn't really happen for me in my 40s, or didn't pay attention to it, but definitely it happens. So, let's talk about this. Let's talk about some of the reasons. Well, it's not one thing we don't like to hear, but it's the hormonal thing. We get if you're in the perimenopause or the menopausal stage of life, it's just a hormonal thing. And so it happens. It doesn't mean that there's not an answer to it. So stick around, listen in. But it is something that is very common among us. So welcome to the club. Right? whether we want to be in the club or not. Number two, it could be your blood sugar. It could be fluctuating differently. So you want to pay attention to what you're eating. And so take good care of their blood sugar. It also could be anxiety or stress because that definitely can keep you up. Even if you go to bed at your like 10 o'clock and you're fine, something about the 3 o'clock hour just wakes us up somewhere between 2 to 4, usually 3 o'clock. And it just gets us up and we're wired and we're thinking about and thinking about and thinking about whatever that is, whatever that anxiety is. It could be kids, even though there might be grown and out of the house. It's like I don't think we ever be done being a parent. It's always that it was always that something with the kids we're always worried about. It could be a job, it could be a health condition that you learned about. It could be a variety of reasons that will keep us up and cause stress or anxiety in us that keeps us awake. And then sometimes it's because we were overstimulated with scrolling before we went to bed. And so now we're just up or are watching some action packed movie or something that just keeps us wired, or something with a wonderful cliffhanger and you can't wait to get back to. So that could be a lot of reasons that we wake up at 3 in the morning. But I tell you one thing that I've learned not to do, because years ago I used to do this. Like every time I wake up, I look at the clock. And then every time I look at the clock, I'm like, okay, I only have X amount of hours left for sleep. So let me hurry up and get to sleep. And so then I'm worried about trying to get back to sleep and then I can't sleep. Or it's like, oh wow, now I can look at the clock and think, well, I only have like a few more minutes left or an hour left, and I'm not gonna be able to get enough sleep. And so that is definitely something that can trigger even more. So if you wake up, try not to look at the clock and try to, because then your brain starts calculating things and then that just wakes you up more. And whatever you do, don't go for your phone and start scrolling, because that is definitely going to overstimulate your brain and your mind, and your brain's going to think, oh, it's time to get up. The blue lights on that phone, the stimulations on the phone, and it's going to wake you up. So please don't do that. So one of the things that I like to do is have a wind down routine. So that would be like I have fairy lights in my bedroom. So I would put the fairy lights on like an hour or two before bedtime, do something calming, maybe reading a book, or maybe watching something that's low key that I enjoy. You might want to do a bubble bath or something to like calm down. It starts getting your brain to know it's time. It's time to start going to bed. It's time to go into that restful state. You also want to make sure that you're supporting your blood sugar. So be very careful about what you're eating. Make sure that you're getting the adequate proteins. But I would say definitely have a talk with your doctor. Like, what is your protein level you're supposed to have for you? Everyone's different. So make sure that you're getting enough protein. Another thing I suggest is to brain dump. Sometimes it's like we go to bed and something comes up, like we want to remember something for tomorrow. And so we start like, I got to remember this, got to remember this, got to remember this. Don't try to remember it. Dump it out. Have a little tablet of paper and a pen by your bedside. So when something comes to your head, you can just write it down. Because once you write it down, you can release that thought, just knowing tomorrow you're going to be able to see that. So I love being able to do the brain dump. So every time something comes in, I don't have to try to remember it. Just put it down and then I'm good. It really, really works wonders. So if you have a lot going on in your head the night before or when you're trying to get to sleep, try that and see how that trick works for you. And then another thing is no scrolling on that phone. If you can, stop scrolling on your phones. Turn off your computer, your laptops, your tablets at least 30 minutes before bedtime. I like to do an hour personally, but all the study says 30 minutes. And that helps your brain to start to wind down as well. So that those are tips that helps. Now, there's other things that I do as well. So let's just say I've done all the right things, but yet at 3 o'clock, I'm still awake. Well, I keep by my bedside a serenity stick. It is with the lavender and valerian. Really, really good. And can you see that? It says for rest and calm. Rest and calm. This is so good. It's the doTERRA. It has a lavender. It smells so good. So what I do is I like to put it here like at the wrist. And so while I'm laying down, I can breathe it in, but I also put it on the bottom of my feet because, reflexology. So I make sure it goes across all 5 of my toes and I kind of do like a crisscross on the bottom of my feet. So just kind of go down and across, like, what is that top part of that? Like right under the toes, that thicker part. I just go right across there and I go down. And that really helps. But why I love putting it here as well is because then I can, like, as I'm laying down trying to go back to sleep, I just breathe it in. Just breathe it in. Just breathe it in. And speaking of breathing it in, I also like to do deep breaths. So that it's going to help me to relax. So deep breathing is so good for relaxation. So it's something you can do throughout the day, of course, all the time. Just anytime you feel stressed or anxiety or anytime you just want to relax, it's a great thing to have. And you don't need any equipment. Your breath is with you everywhere you go. So if you sit in traffic and you're stressed about traffic, you just breathe, do your deep breathing. But I love to do that at night so I can rest. And the combination of the deep breathing and the serenity stick works really wonders for me. I also like to, in my head, I don't do it out loud, but I sing. I'll pick a hymn or a Christian based song or faith based song, and I will just sing it to myself in my head. I'm not singing it out loud, but I'm singing it to myself. I'm saying a little prayer. So that it will help to release anxiety, but it also helps you to get back to sleep. Kind of think about, like, how your mom used to sing songs to you before you went to bed or say your prayers before you go to bed. So that helps for me. I like to do that. So I do my serenity stick, I do my deep breathing, I do a song, and I do my prayer. So those help. But you really want to make sure that you're getting your sleep because sleep is so important. And I think people are not realizing, I hope that's not you, they're not realizing that the sleep is so important. Really, we need anywhere between 7 to 9, from people up to 10 hours of sleep. I've always been that 7 to 8 hour girl. Now I'm discovering I need more like 9 hours. I don't know, hormonal thing again. Everything's changing as we keep having those birthdays. We get all kinds of gifts, hormonal gifts that happen. And so, I've discovered for myself that I really need 9 hours of sleep. So now I have to be strategic with the hours that I'm staying awake. So, okay, now be on the bed by 9 so I can be asleep by 10. Um, Really realistically, I should be asleep by 9:30. So because I get up at 6, between 6 and 6:30. So I have to play around with that a little bit, but I've just discovered that for my body, I need 9 hours. Your body may not need nine. Your body, you might be fine with the 7, or you might need the 10, but kind of find out what your rhythm is. And sometimes, even though I know I thrive much better with the 9 hours, sometimes that's just not realistic for me. So I know if I can't get the quantity of sleep that I need, meaning the hours, I know I'm at least getting the quality of sleep that I need by using all the tools that I just mentioned. Now, sleep is important because it helps support our moods, it helps support our weight, it helps support our brain function, it helps support even our collagen. So it works well for our skincare. It also helps if you have any ailments, anything that you need to repair. When you're sleeping, your body goes into repair mode. So sleep is so essential that you get that. So important that I even put together a sleep course. So you can go to my website. I'll drop the link below, and it walks you through all types of the whole step of getting really good sleep. I gave you some suggestions here, but you'll go into a much deeper dive on in the course. And there's like 4 different videos. And I'm in my PJs in each of the videos. So, because I want you to feel restful in that peace mode. So I do show up in each of the videos with a different pair of PJs that I'm wearing. But yeah, it's so important that we get the sleep. And there's also a tracker in the course, and when you purchase that course as well. It's only a $7 course. It's so well worth it to be able to learn how to get the quality sleep that you need, because it really makes a difference in our life. It makes a difference in how we are aging well. Now, there's so many people 40 and over who are having problems sleeping. So I would truly highly recommend that you share this video with a friend or 2 or 5, because it's so important that we get the sleep. It is so important to our health. For our mental health as well as our physical health. It's so essential that we get quality sleep. So I really would recommend that you share this video with your friends, because it's that important. And check out the course, the sleep study course, because it's called Sleep Well Naturally, because I'm not, we don't want to do drugs unless your doctor tells you really have to. You really don't want to have to do that. You want something that's safe and natural, all the different ways of getting really good sleep. So check out the study, but not the study. So check out the course, the Sleep Well course, and then share this video with some friends. And I will see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure that you do, because I'm always coming here with wonderful ideas to help you to age well. Because you know what? We're all in this together, all of us. Like I said, I'm telling you the things that I have to do, because yeah, I'm 40 plus. I have to do all the things as well. So everything that I'm teaching you are things that I've researched and are actually doing myself. So I see how they work. So then I can share that with you. So yeah, share this with a friend or 2. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.